Well. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Napoleon Bell, and welcome to another program of What's My Story? Because everyone has one, and so we want to talk to individuals out there in the community. It can be here locally, but also statewide and heck, all over the U.S. since we're doing some of these virtually. And it is my pleasure to the guest that we are going to be interviewing this time is going to be, I guess, in studio virtually. Is I'm really excited about. She has a long history here in Columbus, but also I would say worldwide because of the work that she is doing that is impacting so many lives. And so, without further ado, I'd like to bring her on screen. I'm sure you know her face. It's none other than Miss Fran Frazier. We'd like to welcome you to the program.
Thank you, Napoleon. Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, you've got such an amazing history here and working with so many different people, and we're going to talk about that. But excited to have you here and to hear your story, as we say. So let's get started. Right off the bat, because your story starts where? Where were you? Where were you born?
I was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My goodness. So, and who were your parents then? I mean, well, who were your parents when you were born?
William Henry Towner Curtis and Letitia Curtis, or Patsy Curtis, we called.
Okay.
Patsy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, very good. So, a lot of times with parents that you either look like one or the other, but who as far as who do you favor, but who do you get most of your mannerisms from? Tell me about your parents.
Well, let's see. My mom was both my mom and my dad were volunteers.
Okay.
My mom used to sing in the USO.
Wow.
She had a great voice.
Okay.
And my dad was a member of the NAACP when it was really a radical organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I get a lot of my volunteer work from them. In fact, I'm from a fairly large family, 5 boys, 2 girls.
Oh my goodness!
Well, 3 girls. Me.
5 boys and 3 girls.
But everybody volunteered. Everybody, all of our adult lives, everybody's been working in their community wherever they lived, always involved, always caring about Black people.
Yeah.
Always doing the work.
Wow. So community service is just something that's in your blood.
It actually is. I know I started volunteering in my teens in the community I lived in at the rec center.
Oh my goodness. So what'd you do then when you were volunteering at the rec center?
Probably what young people do now, help younger people with their homework.
Okay.
Things like that. Or cleaning up in the rec center, and then we started going to our local YMCA and we're really involved with that. Just all kinds of projects, that they have young people doing.
Wow. Okay. So volunteerism wasn't like because I know sometimes when my parents would say, no, you're going to do such and such, but this was something that you really enjoyed doing then.
Yeah. Well, and you didn't really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, and I think it's also too a part of our Catholic background.
Okay.
Social justice is a big issue with Catholics.
Yeah.
And volunteering, giving up, giving for, it's part of the practice of the religion.
Okay. Yeah. I get that. So let's move forward a little bit. So you growing up and you say Philadelphia.
Right.
Grew up in Philadelphia, you're doing volunteerism. You got 5 folk in your family. Or kids. You moved on, then you went through school. What did you go to school there? Your formative years in Philadelphia?
Right, 12 years of Catholic school. The last 4 private girls' school, Little Flower Catholic High School for girls, where they made ladies.
Wow, little flower. Say that again, little flower.
Little Flower, Little Flower.
Love it. Love
Right.
it.
Right. 10-foot barbed wire fence around the building. You know.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah. But we used to say that the nuns who were in that building literally made the bricks that built our school. That's how old they were. Uh,
I understand. I went to Catholic school myself.
see,
Oh goodness.
and yeah, it was academically, it was an incredible school.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when you left Little Flower, you could pretty much go anywhere, do anything.
Right. Right. Because then you guys blossomed into a big flower tree or whatever you want. Whatever it is, leaving school, right? I gotta say, when at graduation, did they give you a flower or something, or was
No,
that?
don't go there, Napoleon. No, they did not.
I'm just wondering what the mascot was, right?
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to think.
A
What was
bumblebee?
that? No, what was it? I know, I'd have to go and look back. I probably should know.
Okay.
But it probably was. I don't think we had like a mascot. Saint Therese Lisieux of France was the Little Flower. She was a Carmelite nun who believed in the power of doing small things for others.
Okay. Definitely.
And they called her the Little Flower.
Right. Well, there you go. Yeah. So, I mean, and that's pretty much what you've been doing, all your life is doing for others, right? So apparently it sunk in and it worked, right?
Oh yeah. It's all in there.
So the next time I see you, then I just call you Little Flower.
No, you will not.
Okay. So moving on from that school, you went to college.
I did, but I didn't go right away.
Okay. Why not? Why not?
Well, truthfully, I lived in a very controlled environment.
Okay.
And I wanted to get out. I wanted to experience more of the world. I was scheduled to get a full ride to University of Penn.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so my father heard that all the white girls at UP were wearing beaver jackets that year. As freshmen, right? So he bought me a beaver coat. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to need this. And they were like, what are you talking about?
Right.
I was watching TV one day because I was really, really trying to discern what did I want to do. And I saw this advertisement from the federal government. Lyndon Johnson had started this Great Society program where you gave back to your country.
Okay.
And it may have been something that JFK had started, but he continued.
Yes.
And so they called them VISTAs, Volunteers in Service to America. And you would give a year of your life to help out a community or to do something to give back.
Wow. Okay.
And I said, I was 18, and I said, okay, this is what I want to do. Because I don't know what I really want to do. I just know I want to get out of Philadelphia. But I need to do something else than go. I'm not ready to go to school. Because then I would also be living at home if I went to school. I was like, oh, can't do that. So I didn't tell my parents right away because I had already kind of disappointed them by not getting engaged to the guy that they thought was the best guy in the world.
Oh, goodness.
And so they all thought I was crazy just for that. he went to Florida A&M, captain of the football team, student government council president,
Right.
Catholic boy, had everything.
Checked all the boxes.
Checked all the boxes. And I was like, nope, don't want to do that. So they were already kind of like done with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when I decided to go to Vista, you couldn't go to Vista until you were 18. Right.
Oh, wow.
So my birthday is in May and I was graduating in June. And I could then enter Vista then that summer. So I didn't tell my parents about that. Signed up for Vista when I turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told them in between the time I was getting ready to graduate from high school. And they kind of lost their minds.
I'm sure.
They did. I was straight A student for 12 years. I had 1 B in 12 years.
Oh my gosh. You push over. You just got, Yeah.
So they had my life all planned. You know what I mean?
I'm sure. You're right. Right.
And so they were so mad with me. They weren't sure they wanted to talk to me anymore. And anyway, I got sent to Baltimore, Maryland. And we lived in a rickety old broken down convent right in inner city Baltimore.
Okay.
And I studied maternal deprivation babies at Johns Hopkins.
Okay.
For about, I don't know, 6 months, maybe, just all kind of things related to taking care of people in poverty. And I was so close to poverty growing up. So, it didn't seem like it was a big deal.
Okay.
Or at least I thought so. I know my parents didn't, but I thought so.
Right. You understood,
I understood suffering.
Yes.
So, so they sent me and a young white girl, also 18, from Shaker Heights, Ohio, to Mount Hermon, Virginia, which was in Portsmouth. The Klan was threatening to close the schools there.
Wait. You said the Klan. You mean the Ku Klux Klan?
The Ku Klux Klan.
Wow.
Was threatening to close the schools there. So they sent Marcia and I to work with the community. So we lived in a house where our rent was $44 a month.
Oh my gosh. Them were the days, right?
We made $177 a month apiece.
Oh my gosh.
And Marcia ended up working at a women's clinic. Mm-hmm. And I ended up teaching peanut farmers how to read and write at the Moffett Elementary School.
Oh my goodness.
And wow. And then we worked in our community. We did things in our community.
Well, did the Ku Klux Klan, I mean, was there a lot of issues there confrontations, right? Or what was your feeling? I mean, you're in this environment that
you're 18, Napoleon, it's like, bring it on.
I got this.
We can do it. So
no, I'm sure at that time though, with your father being in the NAACP, I'm sure he was in supporting you. I'm sure he was like, yes.
He did not. No. He had bought that beaver coat.
Oh, so regardless, I don't care who you're going up against or who you're helping. I got this coat.
Right. That's right. You're supposed to be in college right now.
Okay.
So, but one day, Marcia and I were at a grocery store like Kroger's, right? And it was huge picture window. And we looked outside and there were Klansmen gathering inside the parking lot. And we knew that they were there for us because we had been hearing, because they had been shooting at us every now and then.
Oh my gosh.
And we were so scared, Napoleon.
Yeah.
So scared. So we got our groceries up and just took the cart and like ran all the way home.
Yeah.
Just really, really scared. And so we decided we let the Vista people know, because I think at this time probably our cohort was maybe somewhere between the third and sixth cohort forever, ever.
Oh
So,
wow.
so this was a whole brand new,
I was gonna say it's new, right?
yeah, initiative. But anyway, we kind of let them know that we were going to leave our community because we didn't want them to endanger any of our neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
And so we took a ferry from Portsmouth over to Norfolk and stayed with some vistas over there.
Okay.
But we had to become clandestine. We had to put scarves on our heads, change our clothes,
Oh my
all kinds
goodness.
of stuff. And then they found them with high-powered rifles, Molotov cocktails. Just they were going to hurt us.
Yeah. And your kids. I mean, kids in a sense, because you're.
Yeah, we're 18.
You're still 18. Yeah, 18. Still in your teens.
Still in our teens.
Oh.
And then so we stayed with those vistas for a couple of days, and then we came back to our community.
Okay.
But by then, they we weren't harassed that much anymore after that.
Okay.
And then we worked in our community and, did what we had to do.
Yeah.
Marcia married another Vista, so they stayed on for another year. And the principal at Moffett Elementary, his name was Dr. John Hill. He said to me after the Klan thing, he says, "Well, ready to go to college now?"
You said, now that you talk, bring it up.
I said,
Maybe I am.
I said, Dr. Hill, I think so. I think I am. And so he introduced me to Dr. Ruth Winstead Diggs. Dr. Diggs was the chair of the special ed department at Norfolk State.
Okay.
And I went to see her and had an interview. And Dr. Diggs became my mentor. I had an incredible relationship with her. I loved Norfolk State.
Okay.
And Dr. Diggs got me a free ride.
Wow. Okay.
It was an incredible experience. It really, really was.
Yeah. So definitely. So those mentorships, are important. Very important. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes I think, and I wish I would have even done a better job growing up. But to have, sometimes we don't understand the importance of having a mentor.
That's right.
From young to, and as you get older, even.
That's right. That's
that
right.
can help you navigate, but also, open some doors to make you even that much more successful.
She was incredible. She really, really was. She loved her students. She did everything she could for her students, and the whole community of educators at Norfolk State, they just loved the students up. They just really did.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanted to excel, you wanted to study, you wanted to get good grades.
Yeah. Well, now let me just ask you, were those classes a little smaller at Norfolk State, or
Yeah, well, they weren't like Ohio State,
Yeah.
We didn't become a full college until probably my second year there.
Okay.
They used to call it, because Virginia State was called Big State, and Norfolk State was like a satellite of Virginia State.
Okay.
And then it became its own college.
Okay. Okay.
And then now it's a university. I mean, you can't even recognize it now. I was there about 4 or 5 months ago.
Right.
But it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Right. Now you has, talked about the comparison to Ohio State classes, but you eventually went to Ohio State.
I did.
All right.
Actually, it was really interesting. Dr. Frank Hale started a minority fellowship program.
Okay.
And he invited the top 10 students from all of the HBCUs.
Okay.
And Tillery Corprew, who had a 3.98 in math, got a cold. And Dr. Capps, who was the director of testing and measurements, called me up on a Thursday night, told me to prepare to get on a bus and go to Columbus, Ohio. Didn't ask me if I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea actually what I was going for. I just said, yes, ma'am, I'd be happy to go. Because you didn't tell Dr. Capps you couldn't do nothing.
Right. Right.
So once I was on the bus, I found out where I was going and what I was doing. So Dr. Hale, there were a bunch of us, and from like all over. It was just very exciting.
Wait, so this was you made it because someone got a cold.
I got invited because somebody got a cold.
Got invited to somebody because somebody got a cold.
Tillery got a cold.
So luckily, you are here now because somebody got a cold.
I'm here because, well, you had to fill out the application. You had to send all your references and everything.
Right. But I'm saying, if that connection didn't happen, it could have went a wholly different way.
I could have went a totally different way.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's when I'll say, thank goodness for a cold,
That's exactly right. So I got a free ride. I got a master doctoral fellowship to Ohio State.
Very good. So you've done, I almost say you've done everything you could in school. Just an amazing, from the straight A's to every step of the way that you've been in school. So you must did you really enjoy going to school? I mean, some people really like being in school and learning. Is that who kind of you are also?
I really liked school because I liked the creativity of school.
Okay.
I love opening up a new book. I love opening up a book with blank pages. I mean, something about all of that. And today I still do.
Okay. Well, and now with technology, do you still prefer having the book in your hand, or do you do the, online? You still have composition notebooks and all? Yeah. Okay.
All of it.
Right. Now, don't tell me you still have a manual typewriter too.
No. Nope. I've got a laptop and 2 desktops.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. So, then I understand that you also did some teaching then at through Columbus City Schools.
Actually, yeah, but only for a year.
Okay.
I taught special ed. Like when I was at OSU, I taught at Upham Hall.
Okay.
And then after my master's, I taught at Buckeye Boys Ranch.
Oh, wow. All right.
I was their first female teacher. And that was an experience that it was just an experience. That's all I can tell you.
I bet.
It was.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
And then I taught at Mohawk Middle School, which was became Afrocentric.
Wow. Okay.
on
Yep.
Livingston.
Yep.
And then, I I became, well, I taught a couple of grad courses at OSU. And then, because my degree is in learning disabilities and behavioral disorders.
Okay.
Um, and then, um, and then I did a lot of adjunct.
Okay. Okay. So with all this background, all this history, and working with young people with disabilities, et cetera, that but primarily just your volunteerism, working with community. You decided to take on this project that has just continued to excel. Tell us a little bit about that. Is it the Rise Sister Rise, or is there multiple ones that I don't even know about? Because I'm sure there's so much you've done.
The research is called Placing Black Girls at Promise Rise Sister Rise Research Study.
Okay.
So I partnered with the State Department of Mental Health,
Okay.
probably 10 years or more. And we surveyed 411 Black girls in 4 Ohio cities, looking at how Black girls lived their lives,
Okay.
specifically around trauma and resiliency issues.
Hmm.
I started working on Black girl issues 1998. Well, I'll say formally 1998.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think informally and on a volunteer basis, probably 10 years before that.
Wow.
But professionally, probably since 1998.
Okay.
And just started working on issues of Black female aggression in schools, girl fighting, girl bullying, stuff like that.
Hmm.
And have been doing that for quite some time. And then the Ohio Department of Mental Health knew about that. Asked me if I was interested in partnering with them. They wanted to look at mental illness in the Black community.
Yeah.
And I wanted to look at trauma in Black girls. And so we agreed that that's the direction we would go. So we used the research to create programs. So for the past 10 years, maybe 7 to 10 years,
Yeah.
we have been lifting the voices of Black girls around their own issues, and kind of helping the community to understand what our girls are experiencing, what they're going through, and how our girls can be better supported.
Hmm. Gotcha. Wow. That's deep. And I gotta ask you, then we'll get on to the Black Girl Rising piece. But what do you see through all the research and working with the young Black girls? What do you see as the um, major, I don't know, issue, or the major thread that if someone says, hey, how can I help? How can I help? What can I do? What is that?
Based on what I hear from girls, they need someone to listen,
Mm-hmm.
not give advice, not teach, not tell them how they had to walk 20 miles to school with no shoes, none of that.
Yeah.
They really need safe spaces just to talk and
Right.
have somebody listen, really and truly.
Yeah. And that I mean, that's the mentorship, to be able to have that space to have a conversation, and have you, and is it something also to provide that space in a round table type of thing. Is that helpful or?
It doesn't matter, truthfully.
Mhm.
And you don't even have to be a mentor.
Mm.
You just have to make yourself available.
Okay. Okay. Make
It's
something.
one-on-one, two-on-one, three-on-one.
Right.
It really is how do we make ourselves accessible to our girls? Today, I watched 2 or 3 adults walking with children with a phone to their ear.
Okay.
Not having a conversation with the child you're dragging.
Yeah.
On the phone.
Right. Be present. Be present with
as much as possible.
Yeah. 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 I see that all too often. Not only just with girls, but just with their kids. Just be present. First of all, they're only young for just a snap of your fingers. But secondly,
that's right.
We've got to be present for our young people. Yeah. So before we get going here, I you just had tell us about the Black Girl Rising and the momentous piece that was just bestowed on us.
It was. So Black Girl Rising is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, officially about 6 years old now, that really works towards elevating the voices of girls. Doing our best to make sure that our girls' issues are not only just heard, but that we're actually choosing to do something about them by facilitating the conversation, not leading the conversation, not telling girls what we think they ought to be doing, but literally saying, what are the critical issues that are affecting your mental and emotional health? And then what do you think we ought to be doing about it? And what do you want to do? Because I think one of the things that we do is to literally say to girls, if this is an issue, what do you want to do about it? We'll help make it happen. But you are the locus of your own control.
Right.
So how do we support the direction you want to go?
Right. Empowering them, and then
absolutely
saying, hey, I'm here to support you, whatever, your solution or the
exactly. So we teach critical thinking.
Okay.
We teach girls how to use research to support their ideas and philosophies. We teach girls how to build community with other girls, because we don't target our girls. So our girls come from 2-parent upper middle class to girls in foster care.
Okay.
Because one of the things we always want to do is to take that mystery away from social, educational, economic backgrounds. Like you don't know my story because you live in Dublin. You don't know my story because I live in Linden. But the issue is, if you are a Black girl in the United States of America, you got the same issues.
Wow.
Regardless of economics.
Yeah.
You got stuff you are dealing with because of your skin color.
Wow.
And so let us find a meeting place with all of that so we can go in and do the work and get that other stuff out the way.
I hear you. No, that's amazing. Well, and so what was bestowed upon you to continue doing this work, because people feel as though this is positive work. This is work that is working in the community and with Black girls. So tell us about that. Come on now.
Well, yesterday March 20th, the Columbus Foundation awarded Black Girl Rising Incorporated as one of the 5 must-watch nonprofits in our city. And it was such a big deal, Napoleon. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We were on a panel. The 5 of us were on a panel. They were asking us all these questions. I was really nervous, just because it was such a big deal.
Yes.
You know, we've been a little volunteer organization, pooling our own money most of the time to make things happen. And I do have to say, though, that the Adam Board of Franklin County has had our back for over 5 years. They have really, I think their financial support and their technical support and the fact that they believed in us literally got us to where we are today.
Wow, that's great.
It is. And now the Columbus Foundation is like, okay, we're going to give you consulting help to build your capacity. We're going to give you some money that you don't have to target. You can use it any way you want to use it. And we're going to be with you for the next year to make it happen.
That's exciting.
It's incredible.
Yes.
It is. Yeah. It's really incredible.
Well, congratulations. I mean, that's just really showing that your work is just, first of all, it's just amazing, but it's being recognized as work that is working. And that's what truly makes the difference, So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I am so excited and just kind of awestruck by it all. We're just doing the work, and we had Napoleon. We had 2 girls who were delegates to the UN Commission on the Status of Women, and literally presented.
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
That's telling you something.
We have 2 girls who are going to Portugal in July to be part of the International Young Women's Leadership Training Program.
Goodness.
We have 4 girls tomorrow who are presenting at the Ohio Urban Community Action Network Women's Leadership Symposium. And so they're going to be presenting their ideas about Black girl leadership.
Wow.
So
see,
I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, you're seeing the fruits of the work, and it's just, I can't say enough, and I'm just so glad that you are doing the work and your team that's with you and now the support and recognition, just all the things that are happening, because a lot of hard work is being put in, but the fruits of those work are definitely showing. And so that's going to go on, long, for long periods of time where people say, that Fran Frazier, that she helped me this, and so you're going to be hearing that for a long, long time. So that's good stuff.
That's a good legacy.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely. Well, I think we're running a little long on time, but
sorry.
No, I tell you, we could talk forever. And so, we've been an hour and a half, and people be turning the channel, coming back, all kinds of fast forwarding through this. But no, it's so worth it. So I'm so glad to have heard at least some of your story, because I know there's more to it, because I was doing some research on my own. I'm like, oh my goodness, we'll never get through all this. But so we'll have to have you back for like a part 2.
Okay, that's great.
But again, I appreciate you being here and really imparting those, I'll say, words of wisdom, but also on your story, which I think that people that watch this will be inspired, though, by that story, and knowing from, talking about from when you were born to things that you went through to dealing with the KKK and everything else throughout your journey. So Keep making a difference. We look forward to, seeing all the things that you're going to do here in the near future, I am sure. And, we're really going to be watching, making sure that, with this new award and partnership, that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. And really,
right. I need accountability. Napoleon.
Right. And we want any Black girls that are watching this to join the group,
Yes.
join in, be a part of it, check it out. Well, let me ask you before we go, what if there's some young girls out there that says, I really want to be a part of that?
Oh, great. Go to our website, blackgirlrising.net. There's a girl page. You can sign up. We're happy to have, and even if there are adults who would like their girls to kind of explore what we do, would love to have that.
Excellent. We'll have to keep following people that way. Well, all right then. Well, we've kind of reached that time, but thank you so much, Miss. Oh, I forgot one question.
What?
I often get this question when we talk about Fran Frazier and when we see her name on a title. We see that there's not a big F, but there's a little F. So is a little F a trademark in the name, or what is that?
I saw a woman sign her name in small letters. And I was going through a kind of spiritual conversion at the time.
Okay.
And I decided that I would use small letters as a sign of my humility to what God had been doing in my life.
Wow. That's powerful. So, I did not know that.
Well, I mean, I don't go around talking about it, Napoleon.
But it just, it is, but it's so just you, right? After, when people see this, that is so you. I mean, it's not something that you would say, well, she shouldn't do that or wouldn't. But that is you, though. Being humbled. I mean, so it totally fits. Totally makes sense. Well, again, I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much, Napoleon. We go way back. So I did not want to disappoint you and not do this.
And you have not disappointed me or anybody who's watching, I am sure.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, have a great week, and we wish you the best in this newfound partnership with the Columbus Foundation, and keep things moving.
Thank you.
All right. Take care now.
All right. You too.
Wow. Can I say wow one more time? So I was so impressed with Fran Frazier with the little F. And, I tell you, after doing some research, and I suggest to people to do the same, we only hit on the tip of the iceberg of her history. And so I was serious about having to get her to come back, because there's so much that she has done, but in the impact on young Black girls, and it's just an amazing story. So with that being said, make sure that when you're out and you're seeing people out there, don't put them in a box. Go up and have a conversation and hear what their story is, because everyone has one. Have a great week and take care.